Hi everyone, this is Derek from the iReady podcast in a breaking news podcast to say that Russell Martin has been sacked. Yes, something that we've been all wanting for a while has officially came tonight. Now, obviously, the result today has played a massive part in this. It was quite clear from his post-match comments that he looked as if he was a dejected man. He was garbling absolute nonsense, obviously with the scenes at the end as well, with the team bus getting hounded by Rangers fans, him having to get escorted in a private car out the ground as well. I think the writing was on the wall, and some lip readers out there after the final whistle blew, he looked to say as if that was it. So I'm not too sure if we can read much into that, but obviously the rumours were swirling in the last kind of hour or so. The talks had been had and he was getting the sack. Heart and Hand said that the sacking has been done, it would be announced tomorrow, and then all of a sudden Rangers release a statement which I'll read just now. Rangers Football Club confirms that it has parted company with head coach Russell Martin. While all transition periods require some time, results have not met the club's expectations. Assistant head coach Matt Gill and first team coach Mike Williamson will also be departing. Russell and his staff have worked exceptionally hard throughout their time at the club. We thank them for their efforts and wish them well for the future. Further updates from the club will follow in due course. So pretty unequivocal that, and it's not just the results, and that's the thing, it's the way we've been performing as well. Now, we can all take bad performances and get results, but they come hand in hand with this team just now. We need the performances to get the results, and we weren't getting either, so the writing was on the wall after today. Now Dave, he's at work just now, he's doing the night shift and he wouldn't get a break until about 2am, so I wasn't staying up to talk to him there, but he has kind of intimated that he is happy with this, so we'll get his reaction to this in the main podcast when we record that on Tuesday. Maybe some further information will come by then, but yeah, it had to happen. It's just a pity that it never happened in the previous international break when it really should have happened. We're maybe about 3 or 4 games past that point now. The league and Europe are certainly not irretrievable, but it's a very difficult position now with Hearts and Celtic being so far ahead of us now. I was one of the ones who were willing to give Russell Martin the benefit of the doubt, and obviously in hindsight that's turned out wrong, but I'm not going to apologise for backing him, because I think you need to always back the manager and at least give him a go. And I think it was quite clear from early on what he was trying to do was not working. The players weren't buying into it. We weren't getting the results, we weren't getting the performances, and the inevitable happened. I think when you start to get his absolute garbled nonsense that he was talking in the post-match press conferences, he was getting very defensive, and you've seen this with previous managers as well, especially with Clement. He was trying to say stuff that he was watching different games by the look of it. Now, Russell Martin clearly was on another planet when it came to some of the games and the performances. He was seeing a different game. And when you've got the fan base turning against managers so vociferously as they have done, then there is only one option. It's just disappointing it's taken so long for the board to come to this conclusion. I know what they were trying to do, trying to give him the back in, but 17 games and 5 wins, I think it is. That's nowhere near acceptable, and today's comments was just bizarre. He's worked at the club before as a player, he knows the mentality that you need to win every game, and granted there's going to be periods when you do go through bad patches, but it was just one constant bad patch, and he was trying to tell us stuff that wasn't there, and he's going to find it difficult now, I think, to try and find a job in football, never mind at any sort of level. He might need to really go down the order to build his career back up if that's what he wants to do, but that's really not our concern. Our main concern is who do we get in next. Now, the club will communicate that. As I said in the post-match today, I would like to think that they were already planning for this going wrong. I know it's maybe not the easiest thing to do or the best thing to do, but when it's clear that things are not going right, you need to be forward planning. I hope they've got that shortlist down, and I would like to think that we do like what England do, and they got managers in within a couple of days, some of them within 12 hours, some of them, you've seen that with Nottingham Forest there, they already had Postecoglou lined up. Obviously there's a few candidates out there that could be a lot of clamber for Muscat, but their season's still not finished yet. Steven Gerrard is the obvious one, and I think that for me would be the most likely one, given the fact that he's out of a job, and I think that would go a long way to appease some of the fans. I think a lot of fans wanted him back in the first place. If you want to get fans back in your side, that would be a big one. Sean Dyche is obviously out there as well. That brings its own problems. There's obviously links there as well. The bookies already have their list. Muscat and Gerard Dyche are the top of the tree. You've got Gary O'Neill, Michael Carrick, Danny Roll, Barry Ferguson, Derek McInnes, Steve Cooper, Chris Wilder, Marco Rose. I mean, I can't see it being Barry Ferguson. Derek McInnes would be an interesting one given how he started at Hearts. Personally, I don't want him. You know, he's already turned down the club once, and as I put on Twitter last night, we're at the stage that our manager was so bad that we want Derek McInnes, so I don't think he's the answer. Yes, he knows the league. Yes, he could coach us to be probably more solid, but a lot of managers could do that, so it's going to be a wait and see moment. So if anything transpires by the time we do the next main podcast, Dave or I will be able to kind of jump on and do a quick podcast, but knowing us, it'll be a good few days. We've got this period obviously in the international break. I would like to get the manager in within the next week so that we've got the second week to start training with the players in whatever new system, what they're going to try and need to get coached out of. And I think once we've got a proper manager in place now, we can then start to properly judge the players, because I think, yes, the players have got a lot to answer for, but at the same time, it was quite clear that they weren't buying into the system as a collective. Then we can start to judge how good or how bad the recruitment has been over the summer. As Dave and I have said, and several others have said, I think we've got the basis of a good team there. There are some good players there. They came in and they played their first game or two very well, and then once they were coached by this coaching team, they just fell off a cliff like the rest of them. Will be a telling thing as well. Will the leadership group be changed? That was a big thing, and the writing was on the wall when Martin came in, when he kept Tavernier as captain. And granted, Tavernier hasn't been the worst player this season, but the whole thing is needing readied out from beginning with a new manager with new ideas, not this namby-pamby new age stuff that Russell Martin was coming in. And you never know, the new manager might actually wear a suit as well and some brown brogues. But that's the least of the worries at this present moment. So Dave and I will be back with any further update if it happens, and as I said, we'll have a main podcast with the reaction to the last 3 games and obviously Martin sacking. We'll be recording that on Tuesday. So thanks for listening and goodbye.